Just done a full day's graft. I couldn't help myself, could I? And so it starts. Only a couple each night throughout the week, because obviously come the end of the week, I've got 2 weeks off. So this is just provisional, just laying things out, just so I can work out where all the plug sockets and everything need to go. But yeah, buzzy times. October last year, my wife and I and my family decided to embark on buying our forever home. This is a 1900s period property that has been a little run down and needs a little bit of TLC. It hadn't been touched for over 20 years. So here's our journey, dragging a 19th century rundown property into the 21st century. In a very short space of time, I went about making this our home, taking out the walls, putting RSJs in, getting planning permission, buying kitchens, changing everything, because we wanted this to be the best we possibly can. The biggest project on the house is our kitchen. We went to Ren for their design and ideas, and this is the final piece that we're looking at doing. So follow me right now and I'll show you exactly how I went about it. Welcome to the Mannor. Very late evening, people. It's now 20 to 10. So I've done my day's graft at work, come straight home and straight onto this. So one section in the line of how I want it, just to get the lay of the land. But mainly because I need to know where all the wiring's going to go. Now, if we look back here, this is what I've been doing today. Just see, I just sorted out the spurs for the ovens. So basically they run off the consumer unit, come straight through, got spurs. There'll be oven 1, oven 2, go there. Potentially we'll put a microwave behind there. Next part is I need to work out where the pipe's going to come through on here, because this is where the sink's going to go. This will be the draining board, then we've got the bin, and then we've got the drawers, and then there'll be the island coming out here, or whatever you like. And this is what it's all about first fix, because you need to work out what's going on. Obviously, here's the ovens. This is just going to be a storage, but it's going to have the hot taps in here as well. That's your dishwasher that's integrated, and here's going to be a workspace. Now, the reason, originally, this is the bins. Originally was going to have it here, but if we have it here, what's going to do is push all the sink and everything across, which means we lose our work surface and space. Also, you want to work in a triangle, so prep area, utensils and everything going here. Oh, there's going to locked up there. This is going to be where the hob's going to be, so you want to be able to move around. And what it's also done by moving this here is increased our workspace. So I ain't no plumber. So Sam's coming over on Tuesday, I think. Yeah, he's coming on Tuesday, and he's going to actually plumb in all this for me. Underneath here, I don't know if you remember, I made an access hatch for all the plumbing and everything else like that, the waste and everything. So we're going to pull that up, and then we can get this all sorted. Also got James coming over on Saturday to finish skimming, making sure all these are flush and level. And on that basis, we can then move on and actually get to the fix. But I'm not going to lie to you guys. Grafting all day, Monday to Friday, renovating other people's houses, coming home, putting the shift in for yourself, ain't easy. But we are getting there. You can also see why I took out the lines there, because that corner cabinet comes out, so we've got all sort of like unison. It all looks better in the eye, if you like. There's going to be a heat wave. There's certainly some heat, and here's your wave. So the first kitchen cabinet has now been fitted, and that's my data point. That's all square and level, top, bottom, sides. So I know exactly where to work the rest of my cabinets on this side. One little nice touch that Ren provided is the actual spaces to go in the cabinets. I don't know if you can see it in. And these are really good, because I know the gap that I need here for the profile. What you do is you just basically put a raw plug into the wall, screw straight through, and you twist them out, and that way they keep a solid base, a distance. So I've got top and bottom here, very difficult to see in there. And then I'll fix 2 there as well. And where I'm fixing them, you're not going to see these screw holes, because this is where the ovens are going to go. And the other screw that I've put in here is going to be where a shelf will be, so it'll just cover up. So that's the first one, fixed and solid. Now on to the rest. A lot to do. sockets are now where they should be for just above the worktop. They've all been just looped through and wired through, ready to connect onto there. James is coming to skim this all over and make this all nice and neat and make sure it's all nice and flush. So I've done all the first fixes now, apart from wiring it in. Sam's coming over later on in the week to get all the plumbing sorted out. That's a spy hole, and that's going to be the access hatch there as well. So that's just for cables and whatnot. Ready to get the end panel absolutely how I want it. And what you can see is it's not quite tall enough to go to the whole ceiling, but I do want this panel to go to the ceiling because I'm going to box this side in with a profile as well. So what I need to do is jack that up first of all to get that to the ceiling. And then what I can do is I can scribe underneath where I need to go and mark it up so I make the cut. Then also I need to make sure that we've got here, because there's a recess a little bit deeper than I need, we want that almost flush, so I'm going to have to cut the back out of there as well. This to pump this bit up is I'm going to reverse this clamp. So basically they come with a little nut, you take the nut out, what you do is you just put it around, you thread it onto the other side. Not that easy when you are holding the phone. So that goes like that, and we stick the screw like so, and rather than a clamp, now we have something that pumps. But you get the idea anyway. I'll fix this back in and we'll get them pumped up to the ceiling. But you can see that I have jacked it up as high as I can, and the ceiling is slightly out. So what we're going to have to do, we grab one of these, an easy scribe. And what I can do is I can easy scribe from internal there, scribe against the ceiling, and it'll give me the profile of the ceiling to then butt up. And what's beautiful is I've got enough room down here, because what I want to do is I don't want this to be to the floor, I want this to be level here. So when I put the kickboards on, it runs all the way across rather than having start and stop, start, stop. So yeah, so once I've got the profile at the top there scribed out, I'll then go to the bottom and then I'll do exactly the same, but I can draw a line underneath, and then we'll cut them out, and then we can work on the actual getting this flush with the door. Into the pub, had way too many scoops, but my obsessive compulsive behaviour won't stop me cracking on with stuff that goes on in there, because like I said, I always like things done like yesterday, and I'm trying to find a box which has got all like the colour fills and everything else like that. But it's like a labyrinth. I mean, look, it's like oh my god, how the hell? I just don't know what I'm going to do. Help! Silly hour of night. I know. I should go to bed, but I'm not. So here's a little tip and trick. You may or may not have a laser. I do. And you can buy lots of things that are very, very, very expensive to pin that laser level, because it's got a magnetic on the back to the levels you want. Or you could go on Amazon and spend 30 quid on a plasterer's dead dummy, whatever they call it, which is this here. And what it does is you can set it up anywhere you want around the room. Because it's magnetic on the back, you can set it up however you so want. So there you go. Mr. Man's, the Mannor tip of the day. Good morning, you amazing people. And we're now on my first day of 14 days off as a very early Saturday morning. Today's a big one. It's going to be like one of the hottest days of the year. I think it's going to be a hot week actually. And this is all going to be painted, or started to anyway. So I've got a good friend of mine, Roy, who's one of my best painter and decorators. He's going to come and sort the front out. Got him and his workmate coming to do that. And I'm going to go get James in a little bit, and we're going to be working on the inside of the in the kitchen area. So James has got some more light skimming to do, just to get everything nice and flush and level for me. It's not much to do, to be honest with you. It's pretty much bang on where it needs to be, just needs neatening up. I'm going to get on with the top cabinets, because I need to router some grooves in it, because I've got a bit of a light fetish. So I'm having LEDs going underneath the counters as well as up here, so you can actually see what you're doing when you're cutting, you know, food, veg and whatever. So I'm going to be working on these. James is going to be working on that and that. Got some pink board as well that needs to be put into these as well, ready for building control to come and inspect to make sure they're ready to go. Then they can be plastered. So we've got a busy, busy day. In fact, we've got a busy week. Welcome to the Mannor. Oh, it's all going off, right. So we've got Roy here, another lad here. That's all going off. We've got James here, again, back, just to finish off some skimming and some bonding, etc. that we need to do. And the RSJs need boarding out and everything else like that. Oh, me out here working in the sun, sorting out the cabinets, getting the profile sorted out for the LED lights. Like I said, got a bit of a fetish when it comes to LEDs. So today's going to be a good day. It's like 9 o'clock and look, toasty already. And so whilst those guys are all doing their bit, I'm going to do some of my bit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to router out a profile for the LED strips. I've just got to decide how far back I want to go. The recommendation's between 2 to 5 centimetres, but I don't know. Because I've got lights coming down from the ceiling anyway, this is just to illuminate the rest of the worktop. So I'm probably going to go, might go about 5 mil in, because it's got to follow all the way across to the next cabinets as well. I've opted for a black super slim profile to go into this. And this also has a black sort of diffused cover as well. So it'll basically look like one black bead going all the way through. So the most important part now is to make sure I get the right depth on this profile set up to that, and also set this up to the right distance to that. And then all I do is I'll blast it through, making sure you're going with the blade spinning away so it doesn't blow the wood out, all the way through to the end. Brand new cutter, trend flute, so it's nice and fresh, nice and sharp. Hopefully there'll be no dramas. There's a little extra precaution to avoid any chance any blowout from the router blade. I've just put a little off cut here so I can come through and out and it'll follow out. If it blasts out of this, it doesn't matter. It's this bit I want to protect. Set the distance, I set the depth. What I do is I make sure the blade's flush to that side, so I've marked the pencil line along the side as well to line it up. So that's all ready to go. So now all I've got to do is just blast it through and hope I don't mess it up. Proper toasty. Right, now the brackets. These are what goes on the back of the on the wall that hangs the actual cabinet. Normally they come separate. With the Ren ones, all you've got to do is you've got to just snap them in half, and then you've got 2, one for either side. So now all I've got to do is work out the distance that I want, because these cabinets that I'm actually putting up on the wall are going to sit absolutely flush with the ceiling. So I've got to make sure I get it absolutely spot on to allow the adjustment just to nip it up. So I'm going to do a bit of thinking, take my time, and then we'll get this on the wall in a minute. So when I would normally fit a kitchen, I'd actually adjust this so it sits midway. So you've got adjustment up and down to allow for tile variants and all that sort of thing. However, we're not using tiles, we're having a splashback being made for us. And secondly, this has got to sit flush to the ceiling as much as I can. So on this occasion, I've wound these down as far as I possibly can. So when I put them on a hook on the wall, they'll sit like that, and allows me full movement of about 5 mil to butt up to the ceiling. So I've just got to make sure I measure this absolutely perfect. So I've got my data line, goes all the way across. So this is where the cabinets should sit with one of these brackets. Me and James have worked out, we've got 10 mil tolerance to put it up to the ceiling, providing we put these in the right place. So these holes should line up with this. I've just got to work out the distance between where the cabinets sit on, pop one on, and hope I am buggered up. Ooh, it's nice and toasty. So one cabinet's up. James has done a great job just smoothing out one side here, which is looking nice. That's up as well. It looks very high, because it's high, but that's where the sink's going to go, so we need the room there. The other one's dropped from the ceiling down to 900. He's all cranky, but he'll be all right. This side's coming on really nicely as well. We're just waiting for it to go off. And the boys at the front, bless them, it's like 30 degrees today and they're out there painting the front, so I do feel for them. But we'll keep them lubricated with lots of drinks. And me, I'm just going to about crack on to the next cupboard. Let's do it. major progress. So as we spin round, top cabinets are up, spin round some more. Plastering is done. This part is all done and smooth. So we've done some really good things. And outside the front, the lads have done really well, just filling, raking, everything else like that. But to be honest with you, today was a proper toasty day. And by about 11:30, 12, those boys are absolutely toasted. I mean, poor old Roy, I tell you what, he could quite easily be a beacon on the sea right now. So I sent them home. They're coming back early doors tomorrow morning. So far, we have made some really good progress. I'm going to kick back and chill out, maybe set the barbecue up, have a few beers and chill out. So I'll see you in the morning. Sound of something, but damn the game, if it don't mean nothing. What is life? Good game, just a game of life. Something happened here. What it is ain't exactly clear. There's a man with a gun over there, telling me I got you there. It's time to stop. What's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Morning. It's going to be another toasty one. So yesterday, James wrapped up everything I needed to get on with the kitchen. He's done an absolute excellent job smoothing everything out. That side's drying. This side's probably going to be another day and a bit yet. It's going off quite quick because of the heat though. But look at that, arch totally gone. So this will be where, like a coffee area, we have a roller and stuff. And on this side, all the top cabinets are now hung. So what I'm going to do is I'm just painting a bit of black here because I've got a splashback coming, which is going to be a real nice, funky design. But it goes from basically that there to there. So it's going to be a little area where it can't reach out to. So I'm just painting that black. I've gone a bit OTT, but I want it to make sure it's totally covered. I might put a shelf in there, I don't know, for suds and whatnot. Roy and his lads are out there. Got the painting and decorating going on outside the front. I've got the front door turning up on Wednesday, so we'll see how far we get with this kitchen and go from there. Sam's turning up on Tuesday for a couple of days to give me a hand, so we've got some plumbing to do. Got to sort some stuff up around here. I've got the LED profiles into the cabinets as well. You can see, well, I've got I've basically done the line there, I just need to fit that one in later on. This one's already in, so I've also got to wire in the LEDs for underneath here today as well. And something else I've really got to address this lot. So I've got to sort out the plumbing for the sink and the dishwasher. I've got to get the electricity sorted out for the hot tap. I've got to basically link in these to go for these. And then I can get these cabinets slid and done, finished today as well, hopefully. Then onto this side, I've got to sort out the fridge, freezer, and I've got the cabinets going there. So plenty to keep me busy today and for the next couple of days. Good boy. Look at that builder's bum. Oh, you will. Nice early start for these lads today because yesterday they fried themselves. I mean, Roy, that's all right. It's not as red as it was yesterday, was it, boy? And this man, he needed a shower every 5 minutes with a hose to keep them cool. Yeah, today's going to be a good day. So my first challenge and first thing on the agenda today was to get the hot and cold tap up into the sink, which I have done so, and just connected onto the fixes you can see down there. Also that joints off over to where the dishwasher is going to be, so that's all got a valve fitted, so I've done all that. My next challenge is I've got to get the waste, which has got to come through the cabinet straight up into here as well, ready for when Sam's going to plumb the whole lot in. Not only that, I've also, because we've got a hot tap as well, I've got to put in an electrical cable through here and box it off. That's going to be for the dishwasher and for the hot tap. So I've got to get that all sorted out and fitted in, just so I know where things are. So it's probably one of the most challenging cabinets I've got, but yeah. I'll tell you what I love about this as well. Ren have thought about this, because normally on these carcasses, you're going to have to chop this bit out for the sink, but now they've just put a metal bar across, so it's all going to slot in real nice. So let's get this one sorted and move on to the next. Another hot day on the Mannor. I'll tell you, I've been grafting hard on one cabinet because it required quite a lot of things to be done, quite a few elements. This is the cabinet in question. So I've had to sort out the waste. I had to sort out the hot and cold taps. I had to sort out the plug down there, if you can see it. Then I also had to sort access out for the plug for the dishwasher, and then I had to plumb all this back down here. And then I made a fundamental mistake that I didn't know. Integrated dishwashers, never had this problem before, but I've done the pipes and everything out there for the cold feed there. The pipes and everything else like that. The problem being is, because they're there, they won't fit all the way back, which means this doesn't line up, which means everything looks an arse. So I'm gonna have to sort it all out, take it all out, because what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to plumb it in all down there. Live and learn, people, you live and learn. So Roy's done all the painting and it's looking pretty banging. What I've got to do now is fit the door, sort all this out. Paulie's gonna do all that new lead work and everything, to get the windows all painted up and ready to go. Morning. Had a bit of a crisis moment in my mind last night. It's all to do with this bloody plumbing for the hot tap, the waste, and the washing machine, no, not washing machine, dishwasher. And you know what, it's just too much, it fried my brain. So I thought I'd have a go. Sam will tell me off, but I plumbed it all in, and I actually thought I got the pipes sorted right, which is, you know, just here. For the dishwasher, only to find that when you push the dishwasher back, it doesn't go far enough, which means the face or the door of it would have stuck out and it looked an absolute arse. So I'm gonna wait till Sam turns up, because the other part I forgot about is the hot tap that needs to be wired in and plumbed in as well. Sam knows his stuff, I don't, so I'm gonna leave that bit alone today. Instead, I'm gonna change my focus onto this side. So I'm gonna get the fridge freezer sorted and all the cupboards and the fillets and everything on this side, and then just work across as we go along. So yeah, it's all good. It's always good to have a go, but you need to know your limits. And this, guys, is the importance of absolutely finding a very, very good plasterer. That's still drying, but that's not gonna worry me right now. I just want to get these cabinets fitted in, soft fit, maybe fixed in. But this is what I'm talking about. The cabinet's plumb, straight, level. No variation at all. Well done, James. So, when we had this all measured out, they did make an allowance for the old fireplace, and this should slide straight back. However, what they didn't foresee is they ain't got no feet on. And when it's got feet on at the plinth height, which is the rest of the worktop height, we've got about almost a foot deviation there. So I'm gonna have to bastardize the back of this. I'm gonna have to get the feet on, get it to that height, work out how much difference it is there, chop out the back of this carcass, the whole lot out here. So it'll come round, come up. So this will slot in. Then I'm gonna have to take this rail out and refix it for strength down there. And then hopefully we'll be in business. But yeah, there are a few elements that you have to equate for when you're doing these sort of things, and this is a challenge. I won't lie, I'm kind of pissed off about it, to be honest with you. I mean, like, time is very valuable, and I rely on other people to do these things for me to sort of reduce that time, allow me to crack on. And now it's just more pissing about in it. I'm just had enough right now. Vic's gone away with the lads and Chloe for the week, well, for a couple of days, around the mums. I'm gonna process this and then pick myself up and go again. So I've got my data line for my working unit and where everything's gonna be. Dragged it across over to these units. Now these aren't fixed, I'm not even worried about them right now. My biggest concern is getting this sorted out. So we know that this cabinets need to sit on this line here to match in with the other side. However, no legs, that ain't going in. So the only way I'm gonna do this is actually bastardize it down. So I've basically got to come, bring it down the height of that, and then take the measurement, which is 350, from that side off there, cut it out, and we should fit in. But yeah, a little bit disappointed. Also just found in my book, because we had so many different cabinets, I've only just got to them, I'm actually missing a cabinet as well. So a little bit of a gripe, but don't worry, we'll get there. It got past 30 degrees. I ain't working no more. Sometimes you just got to kick back and chill in the madness. But still, one of my greatest achievements in the house is that little bad boy there. I freaking love it. Ooh! So the sun's gone down a little bit of a shade. I had a little bit of a power nap. I'm now back on it, but I'll tell you what, it's just like, with this heat, it's just, I just can't figure stuff out in the head proper. So I'm doing another scribe here, and can I remember for the life of me how to do it? The brain's too fried. Right, it's 9:30 and it's finally cool enough to do a little bit more, not much though. So let me give you a quick lowdown of what I've done today and what I've achieved. Firstly, I gave up on this lot for the time being because there's a lot of plumbing involved. We've got to have the hot tap fitted and everything else like that. But Sam's coming over tomorrow. He'll be able to sort it out for me because that boy's a master plumber. So I'm not going to sweat over that. So I moved over this side. We had some dramas, still got some dramas. Because it turns out that this was meant to go into this little cubby hole and it won't because the legs push up so far. So I'm going to have to chop out this part here to allow that to slide in. But that's not a major drama. Other little drama, there's meant to be a 400 unit here. I haven't got it, it's not here. And on the other side, there's also meant to be another 400 unit, but that's the wrong size. That needs to be a 500 to come onto the end here. And then that'll follow onto the entertainment wall. So I've got to get on to Ren about that because I'm missing 2 units. This one fits absolutely fine. It comes away from the wall here to line up with this lot when it eventually is here. Not a drama. And that's going to have a roller shutter and, you know, the worktop will come back, not a problem. So then we move over to these 2 cabinets. This one's all fit and done, lined up, ready to go. This one's for the fridge. And what I'm going to do this evening, just one little quick bit, because obviously this is all going to be hidden, but there's a little bit of gap either side. So I'm going to get some black paint. I'm just going to literally paint down these edges here. You're not going to see it, but hey, look, it's worth the effort. Then obviously eventually put fillets here. There we go. And it doesn't look pretty, and it doesn't need to, because the fridge will sit back. And we're talking about a few mil either side, but there's just a little bit of afterthought, just so, you know, it looks a little bit better when the actual fridge is fitted. All in all, apart from me getting absolutely fried because I had a little siesta outside, I mean, look at that. Oh, get your sun cream on, you guys. It's still going to be toasty this week. We've got quite a lot of progress done. So yeah, Sam's turning up tomorrow. We're going to try and get the rest of the kitchen in where we can, and then we'll just bounce around and see what happens. So have a good evening. I'll see you in the morning. Good morning, and it is toasty again. And I've had a good sleep. That's a lie, actually. It was boiling last night. I didn't get much sleep at all. But I am buzzed up for this. So last night where we left off, we had these cabinets done, but the fridge wasn't put in. So what I've done today, first thing is I had to cut a bit of the panel out the back to get this in. This now fits fine. Obviously it's not been properly put in. It's just been dumped in there for the time being. So it's just out the way. I'll do that later on. Next point of call is these walls need to have at least a mist coat. Still dry in there, so I'll leave that to go off, but for the time being I'll cut in and just get mist coat all over these bits here. There you go, and the inside there as well, because that needs like a final coat as well before the actual cabinets go in, just keep neat. So I've caulked all around. Let's get some paint slapped up, that'll dry in no time, and then we'll move on to getting these cabinets fitted. Mist coats time 2 and rubbed down, so that's all ready to have its final layer of paint, which is going to be washed in with the rest of the ceiling, so it's all going to be the same colour drench, that's what I call it. And just as a thought, as another note, earlier on I said I fitted the fridge, but I haven't actually fitted it to the doors. It's really important you don't do that to at the absolute final time. The reason being is you're going to need to make some alignment adjustments for these, you know, the doors up, down, left, right, whatever. If you fix this onto that fridge straight away, you're going to be left with some holes and you're not going to be able to adjust it. So make sure you do that as a last fix, because the last thing you want is things like this not matching up. We've got Samba here and we're flying today. Yeah, boy! So it's done all the plumbing, pretty much ready to go. Getting this side in, bit of a pig, but we got there. We're going to keep moving forward, maybe get the worktops up. We'll see how we go. You see how much of an arse this was though, because we had to groove out because this was too tight to fit in here. but that's worked out really well. We even had to plane some of the worktop down to get it in there. So it's either this or the wall, and we decided to go with this because you're not going to see anything. As we can see, it's like 6:45. Sam and me have been grafting all day and we've had enough. But worktop's down that way there. Just got the island to sort out now, and then we're going to be on our way. But man, that's been a long ass graft day. But I am very chuffed of where we've got to. To summarise everything we got up to today between me and Sam. And as you can see, we have some worktop. The fridge is in, it just hasn't been fixed in because obviously, like I said before, we need to adjust the doors and stuff. So fridge is in, all these cabinets are now fully fitted. Just got to sort out the fillets here and there. Frustratingly, this was meant to be a 400 unit, but was like 5mm where it wouldn't fit. So it slightly pisses me off because obviously the measurements were given to me and done by the Ren themselves, but there were certain allowances we couldn't make up for. So I'm going to just have to put a fillet in there. Not the end of the world, still look good because of the way it opens and stuff like that. So we swapped over the 400 to 300 because guess what? I found the cabinets. They were actually behind my roof box in the garage. So Ren are forgiven for that. This bit's going to be the integrated cooker. We need to get a worktop across here, which is going to be a much larger one because this is going to be where you can sit here with stools, so it's going to be much larger. That is beyond me. I'll admit that I have certain limits. We need a mason's joint here. So I've got a good friend of mine, Junior, coming over on Monday to sort that out. These are all up. Everything's done. Dishwasher's in. This is where the sink's going to be. All the gubbins are in the sink. Still need a lot to do there. So we're going to cut that out tomorrow. So still plenty to get on with, plenty to do, but this is where we're at. And I'm kind of like chuffed. We put a proper shift in today. So yeah, all that's been painted as well. That's all ready to roll. So there you go. We're getting there, people. Morning, second day with old Samba here, our master plumber. So we got a lot done yesterday. So first thing on our minds this morning was to sort out the plumbing for the sink and also get the hole cut, of which we have done. And we measured how many times?
About 50 times.
50 times.
50
and
times cut once.
But we've yet to actually put the sink in, see where it fits. I got all these sockets all wired and they're ready to go, and they work and they're doing very well, so they've been tested. So right, let's get this sink in and see if she fits in there. The absolute organisation but chaos in here. Bless old Sam, he put in the shift to do this because it was an absolute nightmare. There's barely any instructions for this, and we sussed it all out. It's all plumbed in. We now have absolutely 100%. If I press this up, press that across, hot water. Whee! That's the most expensive kettle we've ever brought. Right then, progress today. So hot tap's all in, ready to go. Got Sam next door because we're doing something else today. Bit mad because it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, but we thought, yeah, we're up for it today. So the kitchen's exactly where we want it to be for the time being. Now I've got to wait for my friend Junior to turn up so he can do the mason joints on the worktop, and we can finish off here where the island's going to be. So instead of that, we decided to do this. Because guess what turned up? The composite door. And we thought, yeah, man, we're going to do it. So this is coming out today. And hopefully we'll just get it fitted and in by the end of tonight. What do you reckon?
Yeah, easy, easy.
Sam's inside, just removing some of the plaster because this is all like framed in. I'm going to get the windows out. So let's do it. So Sam and I decided that we'll go for some open plan veranda living. So that's how it's going to be for now. So what I've got to do is now, months ago, I made sure I made a cut down here with a paddy saw So that's quite deep. So we're going to come through on this side here, nice and tight. And then we'll kick it down, neaten it all up, and then we'll get the other door in. Well, that's the theory anyway. Got a line down it?
Yeah.
Should we give it a whack?
Kind of.
Go from this side though, yeah. Well, I don't know actually. Which side should we go from? Oh. Any side will do.
Yeah.
Whoa. It's like you're getting 3D in that. It's going to take a bit, we'll get there.
You know, I almost hit you then.
Please, mate. Hi, mate. Yeah. Right then, so that is the door out and everything all cleaned. We've got a nice level plane here and across, so that's what we're going to work from, work our way across. So the door's got 2 panes either side. It comes in 3 sections. So we're gonna fix this one in, fix the main door in, fix that in, make some adjustments, pack it out, and hopefully we'll have that in pretty soon. We are flying. I mean, I think it's what, 7:15, something like that?
Yes.
Oh no.
Quarter to 8.
7:45. Okay. We have got both sides in, just haven't put the glazing in there yet because we've got to put the main door in. And just in case, we may need to adjust this side to pull in a bit more. But we are making some really good progress. So we'll just keep going. I hope you'll have this wrapped up and have a takeaway in the next hour and a half. Oh, neighbours are going to hate us, but they will forgive us because they know what we're doing because we ain't got no front door now. So it's 9:45 in the evening. Sam and I haven't eaten for 19 days. We've been on the go since, I don't know, 7, well, no, we started at 8 o'clock to be fair to all the, our neighbours and stuff. However, not saying it's finished because it's not, because we had to stop because it was going too unfair. But we do have a new front door in. No glazing, and we've got to try and just pop in with like 2 mil out. But I must say, she does look all right. So we're gonna go get some food and then we're gonna reset, get up in the morning, get this absolutely finished. As far to say, that's probably one of the most intense days we've had. Not the hardest, it's been hard, but it's intense. Because we've been working this now like non-stop for 48 hours. But Sam's done an absolutely amazing job. I mean, the boy is a machine, but he's such a good friend. I've got such good friends, I really have. So all the plumbing's done now, everything's done. And do you know what? That would be enough. And yet he sat there and went, the door turned up about 4 o'clock. We just finished the everything in the kitchen that we could do today. He goes, go on. Go on what? He goes, let's do the front door. And that's what we've been doing. But as with anything, because we had to chop out, we had to smack the wall down, we had to remove it all, we had to chop and trim. It was going to be a headache, but we took it on anyway. So the door's in, it needs adjusting. We're going to have to take out tomorrow and trim a bit more brickwork off because we need a tolerance of about 5 mil. I mean, we're so close. It's painfully close. But for now, we've ordered a KFC. We're going to drink a beer, get our heads down, start again tomorrow. Till then, have a good evening. Take it easy. Good morning. Today, 6,835. We're in the year 2097. At least that's what it feels like. Yesterday, we definitely put a shift in. Today, we're going to do a little bit more calmer. We were rushing a bit last night to get this door in because we made a silly idea at 4 in the afternoon to start fitting it. But we did get the bricks out. We have got it soft fit. Now what we need to do is just trim it a little bit. We've got about 5 to 10 mil we need to have a bit of a deviation and movement to allow for shrinking expansion. So we're going to cut a little bit more out the brickwork, take this all out, take our time. I reckon a couple of hours we'll have this in. Fresh minds, and we've got progress. The frame is in now, and we've got the exact sort of measurements that we need to play with. We've got about 5 to 10 mil tolerance. So we're having 5 minutes, and then we're going to get the door in, and then we'll adjust everything, and hopefully we'll be bang on. Front door fitted. What we're going to do is a little bit tidying up and render around the edges. That will be James's job. I redo all this anyway, so I'm not worried about that. But yeah, all in all, I'm really happy with that. So the kitchen is where we want it to be. Not much is going to happen there till about Monday. Just got a few things to tinker with until Junior turns up to do the worktops, etc. Front door's now being fitted, so I'm now on to my next little project. These, we can't stand them. We don't like the look of them. So as I've done like inside with the windowsill inside, I've got some textured black paint to go on these sills here, and eventually we'll get the windows done as well. So let's have a go. I'm going to do one. If it works out and looks good, then we'll carry on to do the others. So just like I've done inside, I'm going to start spraying it layer at a time. Do one layer, allow 15 minutes, another layer, and build it up. Let's see how it ends out. If I like the look of it, then I'll start working the other side and alternate between the two. And eventually do the upstairs ones as well. The last time, a whole can was used on just one sill, so I bought a few, so let's just see how it goes, shall we? Ooh. Certainly not as textured as the last one. Probably get away with it. Ah, it's got a bit of texture, not especially tight. Do the other side. So that's all window sills done, and they're looking very nice. So nice in fact that Vic and I decided let's do these as well, keeping in with the theme. So I'm going to blast it all out in a second, and well, let's hope it's good because there ain't no going back. Let's do it. Ooh. Luckily we've got plenty of house paint still. Call me the Banksy of renovation. Off we go. Yeah, this is my masterpiece. They're all done and looking pretty. I like them. But if you're going to start, you may as well carry on. So these are going to all be staying next. Eventually we're going to replace these with composite. But for the time being, I'm going to wait till Paulie's done all the roof and everything, and then we'll do it. So yeah, let's crack on and get these all nice and black as well. And there we have it, people. Just looking nice and fresh. So I'll start on the windows over the next couple of days, maybe even tomorrow if the weather stays the way it is. But I think that's come out rather well. So another day draws to an end, and I won't lie to you, I'm feeling battered. The heat, the weight, the graft, the hours we've invested. And I'll tell you what, if it wasn't like Sam coming over and staying round mine for a couple of days, none of this would have been achieved. I'm absolutely massively grateful for Sam for putting in his shift, doing the plumbing. But we've actually made really, really good progress. But I'll be honest with you, I'm 46 this year, and I can't carry doing this sort of graft whilst actually doing renovations as well every day as a job for the foreseeable future. And that's why I'm putting the effort in now. You know, I'm putting the hours in now because I know in about 5 years' time, if I carry on like what I do now, my body's going to be broken. However, I like the wins, and today was the win. I like a lot. So what I did was I painted the sills, or I spray painted the sills with textured paint. This morning me and Sam fitted up the composite door. We now have some symmetry in our house. I love symmetry. I painted the pillars, I painted these, it all come out really well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chill out for the evening, because tomorrow I'm going to try my hand at painting these windows. I found a company that sells UPVC paint, and I've watched loads of reviews. I've watched some YouTube videos on it. I'll put up a link to who they are and what they do, and I'll give you my honest opinion on them. But I hope it goes well, because once it's on, it ain't coming off. See you in the morning. So we're coming to the end of my first week doing the renovation of my 2 weeks holiday. We've achieved a lot in that time. There's still plenty to do. Today's mission was to blast all these windows down to make them nice and clean, so I can get them prepped and ready to be painted the same colour as a door. Now, I found a company that does UPVC paint. I've done a lot of research on it, and from what I gather, they're very, very good. They're called Paint Nuts. I'll put a link up for you guys to see. So let's get this all done. Hopefully the sun will come out and dry everything out. We'll give them a wipe over, and we'll give one coat on one. And if that goes well, then we'll carry on. The only window that I'm a little bit concerned about is this one here, because I don't actually know how I'm going to get to it. Right, let's get the water on. So that's the house. Had a nice wash, including me. But it needed it, because when we was cutting out the door surround, basically brick dust went everywhere. It's on the cars, it went all over my new painted house. So blasting it out ain't gonna do anything bad. It's gonna make it nicer and cleaner and more pretty. But the main reason I've done it is so I can clean all the windows, get all the dirt that's been built up over God knows how many years. We'll let this dry, and then what I'm going to do is come out there and rough the edges up, and we're going to give one window a lick of paint, like the frame, and I hope it goes well. I thought I'd treat the side of the house a bit of a blast as well, because she ain't been looked after for a while, man. Look, absolute paint of this wall. Bless it. I really do feel for the old girl. I mean, she's an old property, and for many years she's been neglected. And there's a big difference between a house and a home, and this is most definitely our home. So I just want to look after her, you know, and it really does make me sad, especially when I do renovations every day. Some people just absolutely treat them like a bag of, well, you know, not this one though. And eventually I'm getting Roy to paint all this in the back as well. But do you know what? Since I'm here, let's give the back a bit of a blast as well, because look at the state of that as well. There we go. Okay. She does look a bit yellow. I'm sure it'll dry out. But yeah, we're going to get all this painted eventually anyway. We just got to get all that finished. But at least she's had a good clean. You may be saying, Mark, why are you painting the UPVC windows? Well, there's several reasons. A, there's nothing wrong with the windows, even though they are getting on a little bit. I mean, look, the fixings for them are on the outside. Really good design idea when that came out. But they are in good order. Might need to put some new gaskets in it, but that's not the end of the world. And to get them professionally done is £200 per window, which is fine, sprayed and everything else like that. However, we are running out of funds. And if I was to get the front done, 2, 4, 6, 8, that's £1,000, where some of this paint that I'm going to be using is about 35 quid a tub. And from what I've seen is it works really well. And the other thing is, I went with a different colour profile than what a lot of people have done. I mean, okay, I've done the anthracite grey. I've got to be honest with you, I feel like it's dated now. I think everyone and their mum's got it. New builds have it, everybody had it. So we went with an Argate grey, which just has a green sort of, well, it changes. It's like got a bluey green colour to it. It depends on what time of the day is and what shade hits it. But I think that's really sympathetic to the house that we're actually renovating. So that's what we're going with. And in about an hour and a half's time, you'll probably see the results. Right then, prepped the windows, cleaned them twice, scraped them all down, roughed them up a little bit with some wire wool. This is the stuff that I'll be using. Good shake. And I'm going to do the windowsill first, because that's the least obvious. And if that goes well, then it's all going on. Because I'm telling you something now, this is a revelation. That's one coat. The colour match is really good. The finish is not bad at all. So I'm going to do 2 coats, but yeah, I'm running with this. Like, when it goes on like liquid, obviously like paint, but within 30 seconds it goes into sort of like a rubberized sort of texture. Yeah, that's a thumbs up from me. I'm telling you now, for the money, this is a top tier product. I mean, look at that. That's one coat. So that's one casement done. And it's a bit tedious because you've got to cut in all around the windows first of all. But that's one coat. And this is how much paint is used. So this stuff's going to go a long way. It takes about 15 minutes to go off, and then I could go around, and what I'll do is I'll just give it another final coat and then move on to the next. But I am very, very impressed. I absolutely hate painting. Absolutely despise it. And if it wasn't for the fact that we've got to try and save a bit of money, I'll pay somebody else to do those windows. Don't get me wrong, I like the results, but cutting in was an absolute pain. So anyway, they're all done. Want to have a look? I'd say that's a win, wouldn't you guys? The front door and all windows now are gate grey. Basically got 5 windows first coat for 1 litre of paint, which I think is quite fair. And they will need a rub down and they will need a second coat at some point. But for now, it's got me to where I need to be. So I'll order some more. Weather's meant to turn a bit thundery later on this week, so I'll probably have to give up on that for now. And then we'll move back on to the kitchen project tomorrow. But yeah, all in all, that's a yes from me. That's week 1, 7 days, whole graft on the Mannor. Sam's come to visit, the lads come to paint the house. I've fitted a new front door with Sam. I've painted all the windows the same colour as the front door. We have fitted all the kitchen 90%. So tomorrow is Monday. Junior's turning up, and I tell you what, he's a master craftsman. He is. He can do things that I could never do. So he's coming here to sort out the worktops and do some finishing bits here and there for me, and that will actually allow us to start moving things into this kitchen. We are almost there, people. I mean, not finished because I've still got all this to do. And that's next week's project, because James is coming over. We get that all boarded up. We'll do some more LED lights in the ceiling if we've got time. Well, they're going in at some point anyway. So we're almost there. There's a lot of work gone in and a lot of time put in to get to this point. And I've got to be honest with you, I am absolutely shattered. So I've got one more thing to do. I've got to sort out a gutter at the top there. I've got to make sure that's all done. We've got storms coming in next week and we've had a bit of leak, and I just need to get it done. It's been on my mind for a while. So until then, have a great Sunday, and I'll see you next week.